I just want to sit down, relax, and paint some fruit. Hi, Shanna Rowe Jackson here from Caution Artists at Play, and I'm just going to jump right in today. This is going to be a very simple sketchbook exercise, which I recommend anybody doing if you are having a hard time figuring out what the heck you feel like doing in your sketchbook that day. And basically, it's just pick a theme and fill the sketchbook spread with that theme. So for me, that's fruit. I'm just going to do a bunch of fun fruit. I had a vision of doing like a pattern across the pages, and that's what I'm doing. I'm jumping right in with my water and my watercolors. I'm not sketching first. I'm kind of drawing with my paintbrush. I am using Holbein watercolors today. This is pretty much my go-to palette, as you can tell, since it is nasty. You can tell it's well used and well loved. But yeah, so I'm just going in and I'm wetting the page in the shape of a lemon, and then I'm dropping my yellow in to create those lemon shapes. And then I'm going to come in, because I want it to be more on the illustrative side, I will be coming in with some colored pencils later to kind of create some detail, do some outlines, you know, all that fun stuff. And I wanted to just sit and relax today. I'm going to fully admit I'm a little bit burnt out right now. That's why this video is actually a week late. I did this last week and I just didn't have the gumption to do the voiceover. I'm not going to lie. It's been a heck of a few weeks. We have been working steadily on the studio, as many of you know, and you're probably tired of hearing about it. We have been renovating my studio for a very, very long time. It's quite a large space. So I know I've gotten a lot of questions from people asking, like, is this ever going to be done? Like, why are you still working on it? We had to do a lot of work to this space, but we're getting to some fun points. And so if you haven't been seeing my posts, just keep your eyes open on my social aspects, like my Instagram and my Facebook, and then even on my social on here. I have been posting stories from the studio, and it's basically just a photo series where I am giving you snapshots of little aspects of the studio as kind of a preview. And so if you don't follow me on Instagram, follow me over there, but also you will be able to see that on my community tab over here. And I've just had some fun little pictures that I've posted. But yeah, so long story short, I haven't had the chance to create much art lately because I have been working on the studio, I've been working on taxes, I've been working at my day job, which is not creative. And so finally, I'm like, I need to just sit down and do something creative. And so this is not going to be necessarily the learning video that you normally get from me. I don't know how much value you'll get from this video. Honestly, I'm just kind of chatting with my art friends in this video and playing with some fruit. Now I'm starting to put in some cherries. And so the thing with this is I didn't have a huge game plan. I basically just wanted to do a pattern across the pages, and I wanted fruit. So I didn't really plan ahead of time where every fruit was going to be or every fruit that I was going to do. I knew I wanted to do lemons and cherries because I was drinking cherry lemonade seltzer water or something like that. And so I was in the mood for cherries and lemons, but I didn't know what other fruits I was going to add. That being said, even though I'm just doing things as I go along, I am paying attention loosely to composition, basically trying to find balance between the fruits that I have on the page, and also trying to switch it up a little bit with the direction that the fruit is going in, so it kind of looks like it's cascading down the pages, which I thought was kind of fun. And again, this isn't going to be perfect. I'm going in and just drawing with my brush. And you can do this with any theme. Just pick the first word that comes to your mind. It could be socks. It could be cats. It could be, I don't know, telephones. You know, old-fashioned ones, because those are a little bit more aesthetically pleasing than cell phones, I think. But it could be anything, and then just fill your sketchbook pages with variations of it, with different colors. You know, I'm not looking at a reference, but you could look at references. It's definitely a quick and easy way to fill some sketchbook pages if that's what you're after. I'm not here to just fill my sketchbook. You know, it's not like a goal of mine. Like, I take my time with my sketchbook, hence the fact that the last one I did took me 3 years to do, but, you know, whatever. But occasionally I just want to work in it, and I just need something quick and easy or really laid back that doesn't take a lot of thought, that's not going to, you know, exhaust me, and that's pretty much what this was, and it happens to fill a sketchbook page. And I'm not somebody who likes to have a lot of white background, so this one, even though that's kind of how I pictured, like I knew I wanted a pattern and I wanted to have the white background, I didn't want it, like the fruits to be humongous, which obviously these fruits are not to scale. Don't come at me. I know these fruits are not to scale. I am not trying to be accurate here in any way, shape, or form. But yeah, so I'm not normally somebody who likes to have a white background. I'm not sure how I feel about it, but this is kind of how I was picturing it, and it turned out how I pictured it, so I guess in that way I accomplished something, and I did have a good time. I relaxed, I put on some Netflix and some YouTube, and just kind of watched my other favorite artists, and just sat there with my dogs and painted, because I needed that. I needed to paint without any sort of end game, and it was really nice and therapeutic, and it was loosey-goosey. Just playing with some watercolors and colored pencils, just like as a kid. And it's spring. It's officially spring now, and that gets me thinking about warmer weather, which gets me thinking about fresh food and fruit and things like that. And so I was kind of feeling that vibe as well. So I'm glad I went with fruit. And this is not the first time you're seeing this kind of fruity motif on my channel. I also did a very similar pattern on my cell phone case when I designed my own cell phone case. But on that one, I had watermelons and, what was it? Watermelons, cherries, oranges, and strawberries. So I don't have strawberry and watermelon in this one, which is unusual for me because those are two of my favorite fruits to paint. But yeah, what is your favorite way to fill a sketchbook spread, or what is something that you like to do in your sketchbook? Let us know in the comments below, because people are always looking for ways to utilize their sketchbook. And so if we chat in the comments and we relate to each other, artist to artist, then we can learn from each other. So if you have a go-to theme that you like to do in your sketchbook, let us know. Now I'm kind of throwing in some grapes. I was not a huge fan of the grapes, although I gotta tell you, I had a lot of fun with the blueberries. They're so watercolor-y that it was just like a lot of fun. The grapes, I was like, I don't know. But I wanted it to be colorful. I wanted to have like almost every color of the rainbow. Now I'm coming in with my colored pencils. As I mentioned before, I've got some polychromos. I have some Holbein, some Derwent Lightfast, probably some Prisma. I don't know. I just had a bunch of pencils that I have down and out from previous videos that I haven't put away yet, and I was just using those. Basically doing like a fun outline. I'm cleaning things up a bit because I'm a lefty and I got paint where it shouldn't be. That's another reason why I don't do a lot of white backgrounds, I'm not going to lie. Doing a little bit of shading, but mostly outlining, and I'm just using a darker color of the subject to do the outline. And then a little bit of detailing. I wanted it to be fun and loose, but then I guess not at the same time. Just basically illustrative, stylized fruit. Clearly not accurate. I mean, look at those lumpy lemons. I couldn't even say it once. Say that 5 times fast. Lumpy lemons. But yeah, I love it. The lemons make me think of, I don't know if I was a 90s child. And so Avon was huge when I was growing up, and my mom had a lot of Avon stuff. And whenever I see like illustrative lemons like this, I think of the lemon soaps. She used to have this little canister of soaps that were shaped like lemons, and I'm pretty sure that they were from Avon. And so that's what these lemons make me think of. I don't know, it's just a weird memory that just came back to me. Again, I'm sorry that this is all over the place. I haven't had much sleep lately. My insomnia has been through the roof with all the excitement of everything going on. I also just sold a painting. I've probably the largest painting I've ever sold, and so I'm kind of zoomy about that. I've got the zoomies. So I'm simultaneously exhilarated and exhausted. So that's what you're getting today, folks. You are getting a very off-the-wall Shanna. I cannot wait to show you the studio when it's done, though. And I apologize that it's going to take a little bit while longer, but I will be sharing it with you. I'm trying desperately to create exactly the type of space I want and that I've always wanted, because I've wanted to be an artist since I was a child. And so it's basically a dream of mine to have a studio space like this. And so I've been taking my time with it. Just kind of putting in the details of the grapes. I'm not going to lie, most of the details on the grapes came from the colored pencils, because once I put those, like, purpley brown blobs in, I was like, oh, this is going to need some help. I need my pencils. I'm like, this isn't working well. But again, the sketchbook is a place to play. I cannot emphasize that enough. Some of the pages are going to be beautiful and aesthetic. Some of them are going to just be fun and playful. Some of them are going to look like absolute shit. Like absolute caca. And that's okay. That's what a sketchbook is for. It's to explore. It's to have a good time. And so I really was like trying to let go here and just let it be. Painting fruits from memory. Hence the fact that some of the blueberries are bigger than grapes and the cherries and yeah. And the lemons are bigger than the orange slices. It's okay. This is my world. I will make the fruit how I want to. Crazy fruit salad, as it were. And then I definitely end up doing some polka dots in between because I didn't end up liking all the white background. So you'll see that later on as well. Not big polka dots. I just kind of like do some little pock marks with my pencils. Coming through with my Derwent Chinese White. It's their Derwent Drawing Chinese White. Best white pencil. It's my favorite. I do like the Luminance pencil, and I do like the Soft White by Holbein as well, but the drawing has always been my go-to, and I just find myself reaching for it time and time again. And I do end up coming in later on with a Uniball Signo white gel pen as well to beef things up, but really, and that's what I'm doing now, it's really in the places where there's not a lot of colored pencil because it doesn't stick to colored pencil very well. Not that I'm really as worried about archival issues in my sketchbook. I'm not selling this, obviously, but I find it just works better on the part that is still just watercolor. It doesn't like to grip to the colored pencil as well. But it was just fun to put those little highlights in. So yeah, I definitely recommend this. Fill a sketchbook spread with your favorite fruits or just a theme. It could be leaves. It could be, I don't know, anything. Just, think of a word and fill your sketchbook with it. Like teacups. You could draw a whole sketchbook spread of teacups. It could be anything. Now I'm going to keep saying all these ideas and I'm like, maybe I should do that. But yeah, I'm not going to do a ton like this in my sketchbook, but it was a relaxing way to spend some time, create some art, be illustrative, be creative, and be mindless about it. Okay, so here it is, my fun little fruit design. I had a blast doing this. I just wanted to sit, relax, watch some YouTube, play with watercolor and colored pencils, and get a little bit fresh and fruity. And I achieved that here. It was a fun little pattern, and I just had a good time, and that's what the sketchbook is for. So I hope that you enjoyed this. I will see you next week. You have a fantastic day. Bye. Wait, don't go away just yet. If you liked this video, you're sure to like this one too. Also, don't forget to hit subscribe.